The battle for Minnesota has begun. A billion-dollar fraud scandal. A president promising mass deportations. And Representative Ilhan Omar, cornered in a holiday interview, fighting for her political survival. To understand the gravity of this confrontation, we must first look at the ledger. We are not talking about minor discrepancies here. Federal investigators have exposed a sprawling network of deceit embedded deep within Minnesota's social safety nets. Over $1 billion. Funds specifically mandated to feed vulnerable children were systematically siphoned away. Prosecutors allege these resources were diverted through a complex labyrinth of shell companies, with significant sums reportedly flowing overseas to Somalia. This is what the administration describes as a systemic failure of oversight. For years, investigative observers have warned that the generosity of the American taxpayer was being exploited by bad actors hiding behind community shields. Now, with convictions mounting, the executive branch is signaling that the era of leniency is over. The response from the Oval Office has been swift and uncompromising. In a series of cabinet meetings earlier this week, the president did not mince words regarding the situation in the Twin Cities. He has characterized the influx of unvetted individuals as a direct threat to national stability. While his language was stark, describing certain elements as a severe detriment to the country's fabric, the policy implication is far more significant. A mandate for ICE to intensify operations. The administration is drawing a hard line, linking these massive financial crimes directly to failures in immigration vetting under Governor Walz. The president is reportedly preparing to authorize sweeping measures to neutralize these fraud networks. He has revived long-standing controversies regarding Representative Omar's own background, suggesting that the rot at the bottom stems from a lack of accountability at the top. It is a declaration of political warfare, aimed at uprooting what he views as a compromised political class in Minnesota. In a jarring contrast to these heavy accusations, Representative Omar appeared on WCCO News, framed by festive holiday decor. Sitting beside a twinkling Christmas tree, a symbol of the very tradition she is accused of being at odds with, she attempted to deflect the president's offensive. Her demeanor shifted rapidly from composed to agitated. She dismissed the president's focus on her ethnicity as disturbing, labeling his fixation a bizarre obsession meant to distract from his own policy challenges. However, the optics told a different story. As she leaned forward, gesturing emphatically, she addressed the resurfaced allegations regarding her immigration history, specifically the persistent, though unproven, claims involving fraudulent familial arrangements for entry perks. She framed herself as a victim of a targeted campaign, calling the president a national embarrassment. Yet, to the keen observer, her defense appeared reactive. The posture of a politician realizing that the shield of identity politics may no longer deflect the spear of federal scrutiny. The public reaction has been immediate and polarized. Social media platforms are ablaze, not with sympathy, but with intense scrutiny. The commentary reflects a populace weary of financial scandals and perceived evasion. While Omar attempts to frame this as a personal attack based on faith and origin, a significant portion of the electorate sees it differently. They see $1 billion missing. They see a community leadership under indictment. And they see a representative who, rather than addressing the systemic fraud in her backyard, is attacking the investigator. The outcome of this clash will likely define the 2026 midterms. If the administration proceeds with the promised crackdown, Minnesota could become the ground zero for the nation's most contentious debate on assimilation, law enforcement, and the protection of the public trust. The holiday lights in that studio could not outshine the looming shadow of the coming legal storm.